Okay, I know I got the wrong thumbnail up here because I wasn't paying attention. So let me fix that real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. This is, what's today? That's a picture. There we go. All right. That should be better. Good morning. I'll turn the music down. So... the point of the day on FTG Thursday is we don't trust you. It'll be self-explanatory. We'll have some FTGs going. We got the whole works going. Am I running on YouTube, by the way? I didn't even check. I guess I am. Good. All right. So, happy Thursday, FTG Thursday. I got a whole bunch of stuff. And a few articles even. We'll see how much we get to. But until then, I suppose I should probably play the intro. Johnny, play the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Knight.
Yes, good morning, everybody. Stop the music. Hi there. My name's Marty Johnson, also known as P-Dog Knight on the internet. And welcome back to what's this channel? The P-Dog Night channel and the Morning Night Live, which is my show that goes Monday through Friday around this same time, usually right around 10 o'clock. I did get here on time today, which is unusual because work's been keeping me later and later. But today I got home, I got diligent. I'm like tap, did all the tapping, and here I am. The one that you love, asking for another day. It's been a while since I sung some Air Supply. I know you've been waiting for that. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today I have a bunch of. I was trying to figure out how to put this out on locals. I have this locals thing, and I can't figure out how to use the damn thing. How do I can't even figure out how to post on here. I wanted to post my show saying, hey, here we go. And I can't get her done. I can't figure it out. It's like I'm supposed to put, it should be able to do it right there, but that's my news feed. I should be able to go, well, I don't want to open post in a community. No, that's Megan Fox's community. I want my community. I don't want to open a post in her community. I want to open a post in my community. Oh, she took a really good picture there, by the way. So anyway, welcome to the show. I have just a lot of little clips today. A lot of people to say FTG 2. Can I do it in my profile? How do I do that? Man, okay, I should be able to. No, that's share a profile. I want to make a post. It won't let me. This is so weird. It does link to my Rumble channel though. That's good. I'm going to learn how to use this one of these days. It should be, see, buy locals, coins, gift subscription, news feed, count settings, manage community. I bet that's what it is. Is that where I can do? No, that ain't it either. I just want to write a post. Good God. Return to the community page. Oh, there we go. Here, now I can, let's see, title, today's show. Okay. If you follow me on locals, that's great. There's nothing, you don't have to pay anything yet, and if you want to, I'll set that up, but I haven't even set that up. This is just if you want to get notifications. So there we go. I published today's show. Oh, that looks really good. And I published the Rumble link. Okay. So here, I'll put, to find me, you just got to go to pdognight.locals.com. There's the link. And I probably will change that in my link tree. I think I have it in my link tree, but you should be able to find me. Okay, let's say good morning, everybody. Just start the show because I got a lot of little clips, a lot of little things to say. FTG. Now, if you're not familiar with FTG Thursdays, FTG is a multi-purpose. That's not called an acronym, right? Is that what it's called? Is it what? No, when you have something, but it's an acronym, but it doesn't say anything because FTG doesn't really spell anything. An acronym usually is like CORN, the Congressional Organ Repossessors Network or something. That would be an acronym, CORN, but that's not what FTG is. It's just a kind of some initials that mean something. Like what are those things when you use on YouTube? You use those abbreviations that people do, like TFW, that feeling when, or FTW, fuck the world, or is that what FTW stands for? I don't know. So an initialism, sure, that sounds good. I'll go with that. Anyway, we'll figure it out. All right, let's say good morning and then let's actually get this show going because I haven't said anything yet, have I? I'm trying. All right, first in the chat today, by the way, I do have my cup of reparations right here, and it's delicious. This is a Jamaican blend coffee that I got from Sam's Club. You buy a big old pack of it, and it's really tasty. But it's not Sam's Club's brand. It's who makes this? I don't know. Some local coffee roasting company makes it. It's really tasty. Anyway, first in the chat today over on Rumble. That would be Advocatus Diablo, who gets the bell. Good morning, sir. And, you get the bell for the YouTube side, too. So let's just get that out of the way right now. Nice job, Advocatus Diablo. Also, good morning, Wild Saffron, Mike Savage, Blarg, and... that's everybody. Oh, and Simon Wolfwood, thank you for watching on Rumble. I appreciate you. But now look, and by the way, if you would be so kind, it says there's 9 people watching Rumble. That's fantastic. Hit the plus sign. What is it? Who's last night said something about tap that plussy. It's a little plus sign. Or if you're watching on mobile, you can hit the little thumbs up thingy, and that gets people to know that I don't know what it does yet because I don't really have a lot of people over here, but at least it'll let people at Rumble know that this channel is active and we're doing shit. It's okay. So just do it over there. Now over on YouTube, first in chat was also Advocatus Diablo. They already gave you the bell. Good morning to Jay Pylon. Also, good morning to Tyrannus Alexandrius Tremerlich, a.k.a. Tyre Alexander. Also, Unacceptable Views. Mike Savage again. Blarg. Hoko 2025 Sports. That's a new name. Yes. I love it when there's new people here. I hope, unless you just change your name, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. Why are you so angry? He's in the house. Also, by the way, that's a name, not a statement. Select Boys in the house. Yeah, boy. Good morning also to JMK. Natasha Kayleen, what's up? Good morning also to, is that it? I'm scrolling. Oh, DMW 247 TV. That's a new name. It's not a new person, I don't think. You've been here before. Also, good morning to Legit Low Talker. Hi, how you doing, brother? Also, good morning, Snoopy, and I think that's people. Scribes here, Dog Thrapper, and let's see. I guess that's it. DILIGAF. Do I something? I give a fuck. I don't know what that means. Also, Rotten Corpse in the house, and I think that's everybody. And Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Good morning. All right, so let's get into the show because I have a lot of stuff. A lot of them are just little clips and stuff. Oh, I didn't even send these notifications out. That's silly fucking me. What the hell are you doing? I did send the one out on Twitter. Look, if you are watching me right now and you are on social media, I would be very grateful and maybe even delighted that you would share my stream somewhere, be it on Twitter, be it on some other social media, if you don't mind putting political stuff on Facebook, or if you have a a Getter account or Truth Social or whatever, I would really appreciate it if you'd pop it on over there, because every little bit helps. And I'm trying to grow the channels, both the Rumble channel and the YouTube channel. Ideally, before the 1,000th episode, I'd like to see if I can get up to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 on Rumble. Now that means I have very little time to do that. I have less than 70 episodes to go to get there. What episode is this? This is episode 938. So in 62 episodes, I would need to grow this channel. We'll have to figure that out. Good morning, Man Squatch. What's up? And but it would help if you'd share this out, and I'm going to keep plugging away, doing experimenting with how I name things and how I get things running, and we'll see how we do. So let's get into FTG Thursday. By the way, real quick thank yous to Man Squatch, Somnambule Nation, looks like Simon Wolfwood, Zach Osborne, aka Plague Dr. Zach, for tweeting out the show. You've already done that, and I am grateful to you. All right. I share you on Microsoft Word, but I think I'm being shadow banned because no one replies to my documents. Yeah, I know. I've had that problem with that too, but it's all good. 80, you do a lot for me here, and I appreciate you, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Anyway, so oh shoot. Oh, I forgot this one too. I got a bunch of these. These are from the week, because it's election week, right? And there's a whole bunch of things that, you kind of just, what's the word? You kind of just gloss over, and you decide later that you're going to show them on your show. And that's what's happening here. What did I do there? Oh, Jesus. What did I do? That was dumb. Oh, that worked anyway. Okay. So let's just get into FTG Thursday, because I got a lot to show you. How did that happen? Good God. All right, here we go. So let's start with the name of the show today. We don't trust you. Well, why would I be saying that today? Well, because there are many, many jurisdictions around the country, places where we had an election on Tuesday, right? And 48 hours later, we don't have results of said election. Now, we heard all the pundits and people out there saying, especially the government. That's funny. Oh, Bubba, what's up? I see Bubba, I see Zombie Teddy, I see Taradeos. Good morning, my friends. Okay, they had the media out there prepping us for this, right? Well, the election sometimes can take 3-4 days, months, weeks, minutes, hours, and extra time that people need because they don't know how to count votes. Now, let's go to just the one that I talked about the other day, Maricopa County, because they're not done counting votes. In fact, let me go look on This is CNN and see if they've even, let's see, CNN. Election results. Okay, CNN election results. We're looking at midterms, CNN politics. I don't want to see that. No, I want the maps. I want the not the. You know what I mean. Governor's race results map. I'm clicking there. In fact, let me just bring you on the screen with me here as soon as I can make sure that you can see it. Alrighty then. Here we go. So I'm on the CNN site. Here we go. And race is not projected yet. Now, one of these that is surprising, and my mouse, or something's frozen there. Something's frozen. Come on. Okay, there we go. Surprisingly, why they haven't called Alaska. It says race is not projected yet. Alaska's one of them. Now, 52% of the incumbent governor, you would think they could call that race right now, right? Nope. Because only 72% of the vote is in. Now, in Alaska, maybe they don't have internet everywhere. I can understand that. Maybe they but I mean, this guy's up by 100,000. He's up by 50,000 votes over the next couple people challengers. So I'm not sure why that isn't projected yet. But it's Arizona that is really interesting. Nevada also. Nevada has 84% of the vote. But Arizona, 76% of the vote. And most of that is in one county. Now, I just don't get it. I don't get why they can't count. And that's the the difference between the two candidates there is 13,000 votes. And apparently there's some 700,000 or 800,000 votes still out. They haven't counted yet. Now, why is that? How can you? It's been 48 hours. They have these machines. But now we knew they were having problems in Maricopa County, just like they did in a prior election that shall not be named nor criticized because it was the safest, most sincere, and profitable and profitable, is that the right word? Pristine election in the history of elections of all times ever, because there's never any problems with elections in our country, and that's why we never talk about it on YouTube. We can talk about it on Rumble, but that wouldn't matter because it's the most pristine, perfect election of all times ever. But now we're in the same year. The same county seems to be having problems, and they wonder why some people don't trust elections. Well, here is the story. Wait, where's the Maricopa County one? Because this is interesting. This is a group called the Election Integrity Project, the Partnership. Now, the Election Integrity Partnership was tweeting some stuff out because they think that it's their job to fight misinformation about elections. And I'm sure they do it very well. They are a coalition of research entities focused on detecting and mitigating attempts to prevent or deter people from voting or delegitimize election results. A very noble cause. That's something new. You're not allowed to question election anymore. And I understand that you would never, ever want to question election. And that's not what I'm doing here. But I'm just curious. Is my point here is I'm trying to figure out why people don't trust certain aspects of elections. Well, so they came up with this thing, and we talked about Maricopa County the other day. But here it is. Now this is funny. This is fascinating. So they tweeted this out. We are tracking ongoing rumors surrounding printers in Maricopa County, Maricopa County, Arizona, suggesting that ballots are being printed in a way that may not be readable by ballot scanners. Now, this was on, what day was this? This was on November 8th, 2 days ago, right? This was on election day. This, at 3:30 p.m., they tweeted this out, my time, which that time is important. I'll tell you why. Now, tweets reporting this issue arose in the morning of November 8th. As of right now, the most retweeted claim of this narrative is a tweet by Tyler Bowyer, the chief operating officer at conservative activist organization Turning Point USA. Now, first of all, it's fascinating. They decide to call out the specific person. Now, I wonder, by putting his name out there like that, are they encouraging people to harass him? Just curious. Hello, Rick Ashbringer. How you doing, brother? They continue. This narrative is spreading on Twitter, gaining the attention of conservative influencers and media personalities and their audiences. Oh, no! Here is a cumulative graph highlighting several influencers that have spread information surrounding claims of printer malfunctions, and they're naming people: Charlie Kirk, Hodge Twins, Tyler Bowyer, Real Candace Owen, Dinesh D'Souza. Oh, evil right-wing conspiracy theorists and election deniers. Oh, no. Then they continue. Online audiences have interpreted the alleged printer errors as evidence of fraud, saying things like, "This is by design, Democrats are cheating again," or more unacceptable BS happening this election. Well, it's not like, these election entities have time to prepare, right? Because sometimes these elections just pop up and you don't know that they're coming. And so you can't be perfectly prepared. You can't check the machines or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But this is the election integrity project, right? Now, those of you who watch this channel know that in fact, the case with the printers and the reading machines in Maricopa County, they were having trouble with 27% of the machines in the county. Just Maricopa County, though. No other county, just Maricopa County. And so what is funny is this group right here, instead of in this, now let me finish this thread because it's important. This incident is still developing. Now they're talking about the incident of people talking about it because people are not allowed to talk about it. That's the problem that they seem to be having. Caution should be taken in amplifying claims that may result in voters thinking voting will be difficult or that their votes will not be counted, as that could dissuade people from voting or being willing to wait for resolutions to any issues that arise. So some people replied this over the last couple of days. Election integrity, more like gatekeeping for the establishment. Yeah, because the DHS backed that's from the Election Integrity Project is backed by the Department of Homeland Security. And they accused Tyler Bauer of spreading online rumors, right? Well, Maricopa County confirmed it, what was happening. They said that we were having problems with 27% of our machines. And then later, and here's the Election Integrity Project, even had tweeted this at 11:56 a.m. November 8th. Wait a minute. 11:56 a.m. They tweeted this. This is the Maricopa County Election Department who posted this on Twitter. And these at 11:56 a.m., these same people tweeted out this. What time did they start this thread? 3:30 p.m. So they knew at 11 a.m. that Maricopa County was in fact having this problem. Here is the video that Maricopa County put out about this problem.
Hello, Maricopa County. I'm Bill Gates, the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
And I'm Stephen.
Stop right there. What did this asshole say his name was? What is his name?
Hello, Maricopa County. I'm Bill Gates, the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
Bill Gates? Is that what he said?
Hello, Maricopa County. I'm Bill Gates, the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors.
Bill Gates, the chairman of the Maricopa County Supervisors. You know, I mentioned this on Twitter earlier today. If my name was Bill Gates, do you think I would find it? Do you think you would think that somebody named Bill Gates would be able to figure out some way to count votes in your county as fast as all the rest of the people in the country? Good morning, Scrappy. Nice to have you back. You'd think, no, I know it's the other Bill Gates, not the Bill Gates, but still, if my name's Bill Gates, someone's going to assume that I'm smart like that other Bill Gates and would be able to learn how to count votes in a county. Anyway.
I'm Stephen Richard, the Maricopa County Recorder.
Yeah, yay.
We're here to give you an update on how things are going so far with the election.
How things are going. This was on
almost 44,000 people show up this morning, check in, and be available to vote.
Okay, good.
And things are going great out there, but there's one thing that we wanted to address to make people aware of today.
Now remember, this is only in Maricopa County in Arizona. None of the other counties seem to be having this problem, but Maricopa County... And look, I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong, but I'm just laughing that they didn't fix this. Here we go.
And that has to do with our tabulators. We've got about 20% of the locations out there where 20% an issue with the tabulator. Where
1 in 5 tabulators are having this problem in Maricopa County. God.
Some of the ballots that after people have voted them, they try and
oh, dude, y'all made me notice Steve's hair. This is the first time I've actually looked at it. Oh my God, what is this dude? Okay, anyway, hello, Man Squatch. Okay, here we go. And Anna Lynn, good morning.
And they're not going through. But the good thing is we do. First of all, we're trying to fix this problem.
We're trying to fix it. Yes. Okay. 20.
We also have a redundancy.
1 in 5 of their vote tabulating machines. 1 in 5. I think it was they've 200 and something, like 44 out of 220.
In place. If you can't put the ballot in the tabulator, then you can simply place it here in where you see the number 3, and this is a secure box where those ballots
secure box, so it has a chastity belt. I'm sorry, that was just wrong. That was wrong. There we go.
This evening, where we'll bring them in here to central count to tabulate them.
So then we'll count them with
early
people.
Voting functions in that we would get your ballot back. Once we've signature verified it, we would send it to our central tabulators.
This is just like mail-in.
Here will already be in effect signature verified, so we won't need to confirm identity, but we will send.
Oh, so the ones they put in the slot 3 here, well, you can't see it, but slot is down here. Slot 3 right there. There, see my cursor thing going? Slot 3. Those because they're already signature verified, they won't need to signature verify them again when they go to count them, when they take them down to the county to take care of this. Oh, perfect.
Actually what the majority of Arizona counties do on election day all the time.
And so the one you mean the counties that all got their counts done. All those counties, right? The ones that we're still waiting for Maricopa County again. Remember that the election that shall not be questioned. That's what they did then too. It was amazing. They did an amazing job. It was the most secure election in history.
And just one thing to keep in mind, we have 223 vote centers across the county.
Yes, so 223. So again, that means 45, 46, or 44 to 45 of these machines out of 223 are not functioning properly. 20%. 1 in 5. Way to go, Maricopa. You are the best.
The location you're at or issues with the tabulator, if you would prefer to go to another location, you can do that. Doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're a registered voter here in Maricopa
Oh, that's
County.
A very nice smile,
Thanks
Bill
so
Gates.
Much. And everybody, if you haven't yet, get out and vote.
Thank you, Bill Gates. So, the Election Integrity Project knew about this at 11:56 a.m. And yet and the problem was when they figured out what the problem was. Okay, there is actually, a video posted on Twitter this morning. An election worker informed a long line of voters outside Anthem, Arizona polling location that one of their 2 tabulators is not working, with the other scanning at a 75% success rate. In the video, election officials highlighted that 20% of polling locations in Arizona have issues with tabulations. Now, later in the day, I'm just going to skip this. Later in the day, they figured out that the problem was these election scanning things are supposed to timestamp or put some kind of a printing thing on the ballot is counted, saying that this ballot has already been counted, right? And if it doesn't do that, the scanner will reject it because it didn't have the proper markings on it, right? Well, what they found out with 20% of these machines, if you haven't already heard this, is they were having a toner problem. Somebody forgot to fill the machines with toner that does the proper markings. And so it's like, don't you hate it when your printers run out of toner? So that was the problem. So, then they put them to slot 3 and then they go count them in the most safe and secure way possible, that they don't have to verify anything on these ballots because they've already been verified. So they just take them to a new location and count them either by hand or whatever, and then it's that's the way it goes, like every other county does, right? All the other counties that are done counting. But for some reason, there's still 76% of the ballots have been counted in Arizona as of 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time, November 9th. And there's no updates this morning. Okay. So anyway, so our first FTG of the day goes to the Election Integrity Partnership. FTG, you can, if you don't know what that means, ask your neighbor in the chat, for just being shitheads, okay? Pretending that you're protecting democracy. Honestly.
Your life makes me sad.
Anyway, so, God. So anyway, that's, now let's see. Let's change the subject here. Oh no, I don't want to hear about Anna yet. By the way, in the news, just the only like updating news today is, let's see, here it is. The number of Americans applying for jobless benefits rose slightly last week, but the labor market remains healthy. Now, this is, remember, it's very important that the AP spins this, right? Okay. Now, and look, 225 up to 225 from 218,000 is this new jobless claims? The number of Americans applying for jobless benefits rose slightly last week, but the labor market remains healthy. Unemployment claims for the week ending November 5th rose by 7,000 to 225,000 from 218,000 the previous week. The Labor Department reported. If you want to read the more detailed article, I'll have that in the links today. Slightly more Americans apply for jobless benefits last week. And they, obviously they're going to spin it that this is great news. This is great news for the Biden administration. The government reported Thursday that consumer inflation reached 7.7% in October from a year ago, the smallest year-over-year gain since January. Excluding volatile food and energy prices, core inflation rose 6.3% in the last 12 months and 0.3% from September. Now, that 0.3% number is probably more important than the year-to-year. That's actually higher than it's been. That means that last month it was 0.1% from month to month. Now, the other part of this is if there was, let's say there was last year's inflation year to year in October was, say, 4%, right? Versus September last year, 2%. That just means overall you add 11% versus 9%. You know what I mean? So they're spinning this too. In fact, here I can open this article. Let's see, open down here. Here's that article. U.S. consumer inflation eased. Now they're saying eased to 7.7% over the past 12 months. That's a really weird way to write this. That seems a little deceptive. Here, let's make it so you can see it. Eased? That's not easy. So you're still paying almost 8% more than you paid for shit last year, and it went up 0.3% from month to month, which it had been 0.1%. What the bloody hell are y'all talking about? Price increases moderated in the United States last month is the last sign that the inflation pressures that have gripped the nation might be easing as the economy slows and consumer growth more cautious. So that also, it could mean that we're going into a recession too, right? It could mean we're going into a recession. Just saying. Hello, Jethro Heder. Consumer inflation reached 7.7% in October from a year earlier. And, this says 0.4% from September. The government said Thursday. The year-over-year increase, a slowdown from 8.2% in September, was the smallest rise since January. A separate gauge called core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy, rose 6.3% in the past 12 months and 0.3% from September. That's the core. It was 1.3. So remember, you may not remember this. I remember because I follow these numbers all the time. Last month, the month-to-month was 0.1% from from August to September. Now it's 0.4% from September to October. That's an increase. It's not easing. It's getting worse, even though from year to year it may be different. their language they use, it's almost like they're trying to tell you something wrong. All right, let's move on. So I'll give it FTG to the AP. FTG AP. FTG stands for fuck that guy, or fuck that gal, or fuck that group. FTG applies to all of them. It is a, what do you call it? It is a non-binary insult. It's a non-gendered insult, or non-numerical insult too, because it could be multiples, or it could be single, or it could be, well, non-binary, because they, them, FTG. All right. Let's see. What else I got? Oh, I got some more thank yous here. Hang on a second. By the way, while you're thinking about it, if you're here and you like what we're doing so far, it'd be a good time right now to just click that like button or punch that plussy on the on Rumble. 21 people watching on Rumble. That's awesome. Hit the plus sign there, or the thumbs up, unless you're watching on like Roku or something where they don't have it, but hit the plus sign over on Rumble too. Make sure you do give me the thumbs up over there. So let's see what I got here. I was gonna go to Joe Biden. Oh, I was gonna say please share the stream too. That's really important. Also, if you want to sponsor the show, you can go to pdognight.live. I don't know why my my bot thing, CloudBot, is not working. Let me see if I can get that to work. Let's check out here. Then it can remind you. I'll put the link to at the top. Let's see. CloudBot. Where is that? That should be. Oh, good Lord. Here we go. CloudBot. It says the CloudBot's on. It should be working at least on YouTube. But it says it's not. That's weird. Timers. All the timers are on. CloudBot's on. I'll turn it off. Turn it on. Turn it on. Not cooperating. There we go. Well, we'll see what happens. But anyway, if you go to pdognight.live, or you can do Super Chats or Venmo or Cash App, that's in the description or in the YouTube channel there. You can do what you want. Here we go. Joseph Rahim Biden said something. I was going to say said something stupid, but that's often a given. He said some things, made some remarks that made me go, By the way, thank you, Willett Forge, retweeting the show. Tour Guide, thank you. And Tyler F., Mitch, the Ripper, all of the people who are retweeting the show. That really, really helps. I appreciate it. All right, let's go back to here. He said something, well, interesting. He thinks Elon Musk's cooperation with other countries is worth being looked at. Now, this is Joe Biden answering a question from a reporter, and the reporter's, the one who's in the house. Welcome. Wait, FTG Marty, what are you talking about? I am so glad to see you over here on the Rumble side and on the YouTube side. I see you both places. Okay. Now this is something that a reporter asked, and the reporters all hate Elon Musk because he's taking over their favorite playground where they often can run wild and free without any pushback. There's no fences for them, but then they can put up fences for whoever they want, right? Well, so a reporter asked Joe Biden if Elon Musk buying Twitter is a national security threat. You can't make this up. For some reason, Bloomberg's Jenny Leonard thought it was a good idea to ask President Joe Biden if he thinks Elon Musk is a national security threat and something or someone worthy of investigating. Yes, we should have the power of the federal government just investigating our enemies, right? Because to Jenny Leonard, Elon Musk is the enemy because she's fucking up their playground, right? So here is Joseph Rahim Biden, which I could put, here's the Twitter version. I have it up here too. Here is Joseph Rahim Biden. Here's 57 seconds of this. Here we go.
Musk is a threat to U.S. national security, and should the U.S. and Musk is a
Why is that? They cut it off. Let me see if they did it better on legal insurrection.
That wasn't my second one. Sorry. Sorry, I actually have an unrelated question, too. Mr. President, do you think Elon Musk is a threat to U.S. national security, and should the...
First of all, this question. Why on God's green earth would she be asking this question? You got to remember, too, SpaceX, you know, the company that puts shit up in the stratosphere, not in the stratosphere, out of the, whatever, in space, they take stuff up in the space, right? And they have lots of contracts with the federal government to launch satellites and all this other stuff, and private contractors, blah, 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 blah. There has to be some kind of security clearance that you have to put shit out in space, I would assume. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm assuming you have to have some sort of license or something, right? I have your space pilot's license or some shit. This reporter seems to think that Twitter would cause Elon Musk to be a national security threat. Let's finish this thing. This is amazing to me.
The U.S. and with the tools you have investigate his joint acquisition of Twitter with foreign governments, which include the Saudis?
So wait a minute. So because some of the other foreign investors also invest in Twitter, this is some reason to investigate Elon Musk. Now, before Elon Musk bought Twitter, was there any foreign investment in Twitter? Were there any foreigners who were on the board of Twitter? Oh, wait, the same sod prince that helped finance it this time. Should they have checked Twitter investigated Twitter as a possible national security threat? Yes, it's a national security threat because you can't say shit without people fact checking you that aren't of the journalist community now. And so that really chaps your ass. So you think because Elon Musk believes that people should be able to say shit that you don't like, he should be investigated as a national security threat.
Resist we much.
Now, and here's Joe Biden's answer. Because, you know, this particular administration really likes to use the power of government to, we're going to investigate their enemies. That's kind of, you know, I think he got that from his former boss when he was in the upper echelon of the executive branch. But here's his answer. That's not his complete answer, but that was pretty good. I like that. Here's his answer. Let me go back to his answer. What did AD say? No, she did not say she thinks he is. She asked if Biden thinks that, and that is actually a good question. I'm not convinced. This is not about. I don't think she is. Where did this implication come from, though? Where did the implication come from? Anyway, let's keep going here. Now, here's his answer.
The Saudis.
I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and/or technical relationships with other countries is worthy of being looked at. Whether or not he is doing anything inappropriate, I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting that it's worth being looked at.
Where would you get the idea that he was doing something inappropriate? I'm just curious. Because again, she was in reference to purchasing Twitter, which was a public company that had tons of foreign investment, and interestingly enough, seems to allow many foreign entities use its platform in ways that they sometimes don't even let our own citizens use it. For example, in Iran, where Twitter is banned, the government of Iran can still use Twitter. Khamenei's on Twitter. In China, where the people can't use Twitter, many Chinese government officials and entities have been on Twitter long before Elon Musk ever thought of buying it. Had she not asked that, we would not have heard this ridiculous answer. So for that, I'm glad she asked whatever. Oh, good. That's a good point. I'll take that. Yeah. And a lot of people are mentioning TikTok, I see. This is fascinating.
But that's all I'll say.
Did you hear someone say wow, though, in the background? Listen to that in the background.
But that's all I'll say. There's a lot of ways.
There's a lot of ways. So anyway, there's that. Oh, Biden ignored the first part, but still, come on. How about we investigate Hunter Biden's connections to other countries? Yeah, his own son. Can we get to that first investigation before we get to this one? Because, oh my God. Anyway, so there was that. Amazing. And here's in CNN Business. Now, see, let's look at the different spin though, because legal instruction just basically tells you, gives you the video of what they'd said, right? Let's look at CNN's spin on this though, because this is going to be interesting. I haven't read this yet, but let's see how CNN's presents this. This is interesting. President Joe Biden said Twitter owner and Tesla CEO Elon Musk's relationship with other countries was worthy of being looked at, but declined to say how that could be done. Interesting how they present this, because someone asked that question. He didn't just volunteer this without being asked. But the first line in CNN's article, President Joe Biden said Twitter owner and Tesla CEO Elon Musk's relationship with other countries was worthy of being looked at, with the only quote there was, quote, worthy of being looked at, but declined to say how it could be done. I think that Elon Musk's cooperation and or technical relationship with other countries is worthy of being looked at, whether or not he's doing anything inappropriate. So the way they write this, they give you those lines, making it sound like, oh, he's going to be investigated because it might be inappropriate. Because most people only read the first paragraph. If you didn't know that this was a question from the reporter, you would think that this just came out of nowhere. And then when a reporter in the room asked how, she didn't say wow, she said how, the president responded, there's lots of ways. Do you notice in CNN's writing of this, they don't mention that this was a question asked from a reporter? It's almost like this was part of an address to the press gaggle. That's amazing. So now, if you only see this on CNN, you'd be thinking, oh my God, they're going to be investigating Elon Musk. Oh, I wonder what he did that was, if there was something that he did was inappropriate. There are lots of ways. Just before Musk completed his $44 billion acquisition, Bloomberg reported that Biden administration officials were in early discussions about possibly subjecting some of Musk's ventures to a national security reviews. Wow. So they're adding on to this. That's a full court press on Elon Musk. Asked by CNN at the time, the administration pushed back on the report, which cited people familiar with the matter. The best news source, people familiar with the matter. We don't know about any such conversations, National Security Council spokesperson Adrian Watts. This, oh my gosh, that's amazing how they did this. All right, let's keep going though. We had an election, right? Remember? I found this statistic interesting, and I talked about this on the show I was on last night. No one benefits more from the destruction of the American family than the Democratic Party. Oh, what does this mean? Well, looking at just the gender breakdown of this year's exit polls, it first appears that men are more polarized politically than women. Men favor the GOP by 14 points, 56% Republican and 42% Democrat, while women only favor Democrats by 8 points, 53 to 45 Democrat to Republican. But drill down further, one level, by adding marital status to the picture, and it becomes clear that one demographic is far more polarized than others. That would be marrieds and unmarrieds. Sure. So here it is. Married men, 39% Democrat, 59% Republican. Married women, 42% to 56%. Married men, 45 to 52, which is unmarried men, which is not that different there. But unmarried women, 68% Democrat, 31% Republican. So that would be the abortion lobby in some ways, or at least I'm sure that's on that question. Holy moly. Sure, married men break for Republicans by 20 points, but married women also vote for Republicans by 14 points. Even unmarried men vote Republican, although by a much smaller 7-point margin. But unmarried women are a Democratic bonanza. Democrats clean up among single women by a whopping 37% point margin. So we don't have to repeal the entire 19th, just the unmarried women. Oh my God, that's terrible. The good news for Democrats is that the number of unmarried people is growing every year from the earliest census up to through 1950. Roughly 80% of the households were led by a married couple. By 2000, that percentage had fallen to 52%. And by 2010, the first time in the nation's history, most households did not include a married couple. Marriage has only continued to decline since then. So maybe that's why Democrats... Well, the line here, no one benefits more from the destruction of the American family than the Democratic Party. That explains the headline, right? Spud Gun, welcome back. Nice to see you. So, there's more in the article, but that's good. What was that? Anyway, so there's more in the article, but that's interesting. Interesting statistic. Now, there's no... and I'm not going to give an FTG to unmarried women. If they want to be Democrats, y'all be the best Democrats you can be. I don't care. Let's find someone we can FTG. Oh, The View, of course. This is like, the lowest of low-hanging fruit. And I'm just going to let's just watch the video, because this is one of those things that you hear on The View that you go, huh? What? What did she say? Here we go.
Well, I mean, this really comes down to the people. Yeah. This comes down to the people. The people of the United States made their decisions. Okay, they decided who they wanted to be.
So the women on The View are kind of happy with the results, because it wasn't that red wave that everyone was hoping for, and they're kind of explaining that, this came down to the people, blah, 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 and, basically saying don't watch the polls. Okay, let's keep going.
In power. And you can try to repress the vote, but people came out from under buildings.
How did they repress the vote? How? It gets, I was going to say better. But again, you can try to repress the vote. Who tried to repress the vote? I keep hearing this. They tried to repress the vote. Not in Georgia, they didn't. Record turnout for midterms all over the country. They tried to repress the vote. Who and how? Please tell me.
They came from helicopters. They landed. They decided. They voted in huge amounts.
And here comes the stupid.
Never give up
Wait
on
for
the
it.
American people when
Wait
it comes
for
to
it.
voting. It might not always go your way, but we will come out and do what we're supposed to do.
We who? Who is we? Whoopi. Oh, people who want to vote like you. She don't care that if the voter turnout is high. She only cares if voter turnout is high for people who vote like her. Now, get ready. Brace yourself right now. Brace yourself right now. Listen.
That because, you know, it was really amidst tremendous voter suppression that was going on all over the country. I have a friend, this is anecdotal, but
listen, wait. She's going to talk about tremendous voter suppression, and she's coming with an anecdote, which she admits, you know, it's just an anecdote, but listen to the anecdote of tremendous voter suppression. You might want to brace yourself. Listen carefully.
Lives in Texas. She's a Democrat from New York. She works in Texas. She couldn't vote Democratic down the line. She had to find 97 individual Democrats and then print them out on 2 separate sheets and then go and put them into the machine.
But
and it took her 1 hour.
But she did.
Heck yes, she did.
Right.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Wait a minute.
So, but it was so crazy that she not only waited online, but also it took her an hour just to fill out the form.
But she did it.
But she did it.
You know,
Oh no. Tremendous. This is an example of tremendous voter suppression. Her friend went to vote, and she had to wait in line, and she had to fill out a ballot. She had to fill out a ballot, and that is tremendous voter suppression. Oh my God. That feels so. Oh my God. I didn't even realize when I went to my public library down the street where they have the voting precinct in my little town here, that when I had to wait in line, I had to wait in line I about a whole 7 minutes because I went early in the day so I wouldn't have to wait in the lines after work. But I had to wait in line, people. I had to wait in line for a whole 7 minutes. And then when I got to the desk, they asked me my name. They asked me to spell the first 3 letters of my last name and then the first 3 letters of my first name. And then they looked me up, and oh my God, I felt so suppressed. And then they made me verify my address, and I had to, God, it was so awful. They just wouldn't let me vote. And then they gave me this little ticket, and I went over and got a ballot, and I got my ballot, and I had to wait in line another 2 minutes for a booth to open so I could fill out my ballot. And then I got the ballot, I looked at it, and there were so many people on the ballot, I just couldn't push a button and say, here, I want to vote for all those people. I actually had to put little it was like an ACT test. I had to put little marks in the circles of the people I wanted to vote for. And then when I had to do all of them. And then on the back, they had all these you were voting for all these judges, and the judges I didn't even know any of their names, and they were all the same, and they didn't have a party by them, so I couldn't know. But what was weird is they were all incumbents, and no one's running against them, and I still had to fill out this ballot. I feel so suppressed for having to fill out a ballot. Then I had to walk from that booth all the way over to this thing where that ate my ballot. I don't even know if it counted my ballot. I feel it was such voter suppression that I had to fill out a ballot and hand it in. Can't you just do it by Vulcan mind meld or something? Couldn't they just have someone come up and go, here it is. Okay, this automatically fills in your ballot, because filling out a ballot is voter suppression. Sorry, I had to do a little, what's her name? Taylor Lorenz? Oh my God. She actually said that. This is her example of voter suppression. I gotta hear it again.
I loved that because, it was really amidst tremendous voter suppression.
Voter suppression. Oh, yeah.
This is anecdotal.
Yeah, Whoopi says.
She lives in Texas. She's a Democrat from New York. She works in Texas.
Wait
She couldn't vote Democrat.
Wait a minute. Hi, Dumbbeard. Hey, did she just say? Let me hear this. Did she say she was a Democrat from New York, working in Texas? She said, is that what she said?
The country. I have a friend. This is anecdotal, but she lives in Texas. She's a Democrat from New York.
She lives in Texas, but she's a Democrat from New York. Does she live in Texas, or she just? Oh, okay.
She works in Texas. She couldn't vote Democratic down the line. She had to find 97 individual Democrats.
Oh my God!
And then print them out on 2 separate sheets, and then go and put them into the machine. And
that is tremendous voter suppression. I'm telling you, that's amazing. I can't believe that she was forced to fill out a ballot and put it in the machine. That's Jim Crow. Oh, not even Jim Crow. That's Jim Eagle right there. Just what Joe Biden was talking about. That's Jim Eagle. Straight up Jim Eagle, that she had to fill out a ballot and put it in the machine. God, it's amazing. Now I'm guessing probably in New York you can pull one little switch and vote all Democrat because that's, you might as well just do that in New York anyway. But in Texas, there's some still people who actually have to fill out their damn ballots. And that's voter suppression in Texas. Then them Texas, that's Jim Eagle, baby. Jim Eagle. FTG, Sonny Hostin. She's a moron. I swear. This woman, let me just tell you something. This woman right here, right there, down there, that woman, she's a lawyer. Jesus Christ, she's stupid. Severe voter suppression. Unbelievable. All right, let's go a little way back. We're gonna go way back here, way back to October 5th, before the election. This was Geraldo Rivera tweeted this out. Oh wait, what the hell? Okay, how did this get messed up here? Hang on, this is not the way it should be. It's just the way it is. Some things should never be. Let's fix that. Okay, that's there. And then we'll do Alt and do this. There we go. I don't know why I did that. Let's fix it. And we'll, because you won't be able to see it the way I have it. We'll, okay, there's that. Put that back up. And, oh shit. What am I doing? Give me a moment. Geraldo Rivera on October 5th tweeted something stupid. Is anyone shocked? Anybody? Anybody shocked? Oh, there we go. Now I fit in this page. I just resized these wrong. So there we go. All right, here we go. Geraldo Rivera tweeted out on October 5th. Governor DeSantis will soon feel the wrath of Florida's Latino voters, outraged by his toying with the lives of those Venezuelan refugees he exploited. Hey, Geraldo! Joke's on you, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, so anyway, I just thought I'd bring this up. FTG to Geraldo Rivera. FTG. I got to get faster on this typing stuff. Here, let's do it this way. I can go Geraldo Rivera, I can copy, and I can paste. FTG Geraldo Rivera. Oh, wow. What happened there? That was election. That's not Geraldo Rivera. How did that happen? FTG. I'm not as smart as I look, guys. I know I'm not. Here, let's just... Anyway, how about this? There we go. FTG Geraldo. Okay, moving on. It is FTG. Oh, Joy Reid! We're doing the FTGs from the week. Joy Reid offers up an interesting explanation as to why Miami-Dade went to Marco Rubio and Ron DeSantis. Let's take a check. Let's check out Joy Reid's impeccable reasoning. Let's see. Where's the... it takes a minute for this to load up. Joy Reid on the Florida gubernatorial and governor's race. As soon as this thing pops up. Okay, come on. Well, they showed here decision desk HQ projects Marco Rubio and wins, and so on and so forth, and the governor wins, right? And here's by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but when the panel at MSNBC heard these early returns, here's how they reacted. This is funny.
I'm told we just got Miami-Dade. This is a big one in Florida.
Listen to the
Let's
background.
take a look at, okay. We got the, so let's put this in some.
That dude was shook. Listen, even just him trying to say this.
I'm told we just got Miami-Dade. This is a big one in Florida. Let's take a look at, okay. So let's put this in some perspective. Miami-Dade County has 2.75 million people. In 2016, this was a Democratic county.
This is Miami-Dade.
30 points. Hillary Clinton won this county by 30 points. Miami-Dade is 70% Hispanic.
Geraldo, this has got to hurt.
Donald Trump only lost it
this
by
has got to
7.
hurt.
And look at this. In the mail-in and early vote, which again tends to be more Democratic friendly, Marco Rubio, the Republican, is outright leading in Miami-Dade County by 7 points over Val Demings, the Democratic challenger. In the gubernatorial race, interestingly...
See, now, I would say that just proves that Hispanic people don't like black people, right? Because that can be an issue in certain parts of the country, not necessarily in Florida, but, you know. But then the results for the chameleon are next. Keep listening.
We don't have numbers from Miami-Dade County.
There they are.
I'm not.
They popped up for a second. Was that it?
I flipped up to Broward to try to reset it to see if it came in.
Okay, so anyway, that didn't work out so well. So then, later, here's listen to this. Is this the one? It might be.
Interesting. We're looking at Miami-Dade looking very much like the rest of Florida, and Florida starting to look like a red state.
Right. I mean, Florida is a red state. I mean, I think I've said this before. I mean,
okay. Listen to Joy. She just said Florida is a red state. We're talking about Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade, 30%. Obama won by 30%. Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade is the county in Florida that did not go for Trump in 2016 or 2020. Miami-Dade. Listen to Joy Reid. Listen to Joy Reid. What happened? Okay. It'll take a second. Here, let's fix it. Maybe. Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Let's do it again. Let's refresh this page. And we're going to have to wait a minute because I want you to hear Joy Reid, one of the political experts at MSDNC. Oh, my God. This is killing me. This is killing me. Should I put some Jeopardy music on? What the hell is going on here? Come on, Joy. We want to hear you say it. We want to hear you say it. Here we go. Let's try it again. What the fuck? No, I don't want to do that. I want to just play the video. Son of a bitch. Okay. It ain't Boomer. This is my computer. DeSantis lost Miami-Dade by 20%.
Florida, and Florida starting to look like a red. Interesting. We're looking at Miami-Dade looking very much like the rest of Florida, and Florida starting to look like a red state.
Listen to Joy Reid.
Right. I mean, Florida is a red state. I mean, I think I've said this before. I mean, the challenge is Miami-Dade has been trending Republican for a really long time. It's been slowly slipping toward the Republican Party, and it is a 70+% Hispanic county. But of the people who are Hispanic in that county, the vast majority are Cuban American. That is a very conservative population.
Interesting.
Ron DeSantis in 2018 lost Miami-Dade by 20 points. 20 points in 2008. The last time Ron DeSantis ran in Florida, lost by 20 points in Miami-Dade. He won the governorship, but he lost to Miami-Dade. So nice. Again, FTG Joy Reid. Next, we have the Young Turks. And they are asking Matt Gaetz about Donald Trump's attempt to upend the results of the 2020 elections. And they didn't like his answer. Here's
time after time, you saw secretaries of state take unilateral action to go and engage in this broad distribution of ballots. I think that is ripe for fraud, and I don't think that it was constitutional. Now, Cheng made an important point about the 60.
The courts weighed in on that, though, right?
Yeah, I want to get to that because almost all of those cases, not all, but almost all of those cases were resolved in the absence of an evidentiary hearing. So it's not exactly fair to say that, like, we lost because we didn't have true evidence. So a lot of them were decided on jurisdictional grounds and on the sufficiency of the pleadings, not based on an actual evidentiary hearing where both sides got to put information before the court. So it's a little, I think, misleading to suggest that 60 hearings around the country where evidence was presented.
Now, what's fascinating to me, though, this may be a first that I've seen. I don't know that I've ever seen the Young Turks actually interview someone who is not a sycophant of the Young Turks. So I give them credit for actually having Matt Gaetz on. I think it's fascinating. I also think Matt Gaetz is one of the few people in Congress who would know what he's getting into if he does get interviewed by the Young Turks. But yeah, I'm just laughing about that one. You can FTG the Young Turks. I give him credit for at least having him on. Moving on. Now, Daniel Dale, who is, I think he's one of CNN's fact checker typer dudes, something like that, senior reporter and fact checking the president, which he spent a lot of time during the Trump administration, fact checking everything that Donald Trump said. He brought this to our attention yesterday, who said some races are still too close to call, like lakes in Arizona. Now, it's funny. You know what's funny about that? Just that sentence. He doesn't say, because he has a point here. But a bad night so far for 2020 election deniers, questioners. Now, he's at least putting a / denier/questioner, right? But the ones running for governor, defeated: Mastriano in Pennsylvania, Cox in Maryland, LePage in Maine, Zeldin in New York. Yeah, as if, it was a nice idea that Zeldin could win New York, but come on. Did anyone believe that? Deal in Massachusetts, Michaels, Wisconsin, Bailey in Illinois, Jensen in Minnesota, Dixon in Michigan, and Gonal in Colorado. Now, you want to notice something about those all of those states you mentioned? Weren't they pretty much all running against incumbents? Don't incumbents usually have advantages? I'm just saying. Anyway, but someone mentioned, but don't forget Stacey Abrams, but the election denying only started in 2020, apparently. And someone here said, odd, I literally watched you concede the election early this morning. Was I dreaming? Well, this is not, first of all, this is 2022, not 2018. But anyway, wait, you're referring to one statement she made in 2016, but again, still conceded. But you know all this, right? Did she? Now, but the talking point is that, well, Stacey Abrams actually conceded, because, when they keep talking about election deniers, none of them ever mention Stacey Abrams, where in Georgia, Stacey Abrams was an election denier running against someone who was fought to protect the results of the 2020 election. That was Brian Kemp and by extension, Brad Raffensperger, right? But the idea that Stacey Abrams was not ever denying the results of that election. Well, here's this lovely little supercut by somebody who put this together, probably the RNC or somebody. Here it goes.
I have never denied the outcome. And I do have one very affirmative statement to make. We won. But I didn't lose. I got the votes. But we won't know exactly how many because of how they cheated. I did win my election. I just didn't get to have the job. We were robbed of an election.
Using the word rigged, using the word steal, do you think it's dangerous going into 2020?
I don't, because we can actually back it up. And so in response to what I believe was a stolen election, and I'm not saying they stole it from me, they stole it from the voters of Georgia. I spent the interim 10 days between the election and my non-concession day, as we call it. In fact, someone outside asked if I'm ever going to concede. The answer is no. It was not a free and fair election. I think the election was stolen from the people of Georgia. I believe it was stolen from the voters. I just said it can't happen again. Thousands of Georgians had their voices stolen because they were not able to cast ballots, and they cannot be guaranteed that their votes will be counted in 2020 if we don't do this right. I said that the election was stolen from the Georgia voters. If it looks like it's cheating, it probably is. If it looks like it's rigged, it probably is. The process that took place during the legislative cycle was one that did not countenance and did not pay attention to the deep and real concerns of those who watched this election be stolen in the state of Georgia. It was stolen from the voters of Georgia. We do not know what they would have done because not every eligible Georgian was permitted to participate fully in the election.
I am just amazed. You know what? I wonder if YouTube will give me a strike for that, because that is election denying, and it's not me denying election. I'm just giving an example of somebody who probably should be in that election denier category that the media just loves to talk about over and over and over and over. So, first of all, FTG to Stacey Abrams. Did I spell that right? I don't care. It's close enough. You know, FTG did election deniers. She's an election denier. She is. All right, let's see. Oh, this one's amazing. So, Joy Reid, who we already given an FTG to, one of her guests made an interesting statement about a woman who is a candidate for Congress, and I just want you to we'll just show you. It's pretty self-explanatory. And let me just ask you. Well, wait. Better yet, I'm going to play this clip, and in the chat, I would like you to ask the obvious question, if there is one. There should be an obvious question. I thought there was an obvious question, but here we go. Here's again Joy Reid on the election coverage. And because they're talking about a very tight election, and there's no pun intended there, even though you have no idea why I would say that. Here we go.
Tight race against Lauren Boebert. What's the meaning if Lauren Boebert, the second most popular QAnon congressperson in MAGA, what if she loses? And what job will she have? I don't even think shooters exist anymore. I don't think shooters exist anymore. Well, I guess it might be a gain for OnlyFans. I don't know what she would do in this scenario, but I think that for symbolically to take out one of these
What did he just say? I know it's a little muddled for you to hear because this is not the best recording quality, but the question and the answer here: what would she do? Because she won't be able to pew 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 pew. By the way, I think Laura Bowebert's worth like $40 million. I don't think they're really worried about what she's going to do, or family, I think she still owns a restaurant out in her wherever she lives. But
what job will she have? I don't even think shooters exist anymore. I don't think shooters exist anymore. Well, I guess it might be a gain for OnlyFans. I don't know what she would do in this scenario, but I think that for symbolically.
Interesting. What now? Did anyone hear? Oh, okay. You can't hear it. Okay, I will translate then. I'm gonna translate that. So I'm gonna translate the question. So she's talking about if Lauren Boebert loses.
What if she goes?
What if she loses?
What job will she have?
What job will she have, girl? Because she won't be able to do pew 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 pew, right? And his answer?
What
Well, I guess it might be.
It might be a gain for
It might be a gain for
OnlyFans.
For OnlyFans.
I don't know what she would do in this scenario, but I think that for
Might be a gain for OnlyFans. And Joy Reid just laugh it up. Watch Joy Reid laugh it up. Look at now. Claire didn't think that was. Claire just gave a gasp-looking face, gasp face, as opposed to a gas face. She get a gasp face. Watch Joy Reid. Yes, a woman losing her election would be perfect time for her to go to OnlyFans and show her vag. Yes, yeah. Interesting, because if you could, it must be just okay to be sexist against females if they're Republicans, right? If they're Republicans, that's just I'm sorry, that's interesting. That's an interesting take, and I don't even know the dude's name. The dude's name is Kurt Bardella. Here, well, let's give an FTG to Kurt Bardella. And of course, Jert Bardella, FTG, Kurt Bardella, and FTG to Joy Reid again for laughing. Actually, I mean, I suppose if, imagine if someone said, AOC, if she loses her race, what do you think she'll do? What do you think her job will be? Will she go back to being a waitress in a bar? And someone said, well, it would definitely be a boon to OnlyFans. Could you imagine the uproar by the re? It'd be like, here's an example of the re. It'd be like this. This is what the re would look like. Look in both chats. I'm gonna put it in both chats. This is what the re would look like. There you go. That's what the re would look like. Oh my goodness. Anyway, moving on. Now this is actually kind of funny because Joe Scarborough kind of throws some cold water on Patrick Maloney. Now, Sean Patrick Maloney, who was he lost his race in New York. He's the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee chairman. And he lost his race in New York. He is one of the states that got flipped in New York City, lost his race. And this is an interesting thing that happened on the Morning Joe that actually, I think Joe Scarborough actually said something right.
The chairman had a great night. In fact, a historic night. You could go back and look at midterms going all the way back to JFK. And nobody in your position had as great a night as you did in an off-year election when Democrats were in power.
Wait for it.
Of course, there's also the other side of it where you lost your race.
You had a great night. It was the best night ever for anyone of all times ever to do this thing with the Congressional Campaign Committee. But of course, you lost your race. Oh my gosh. Oh, the humanity.
But I'm wondering if you're thinking what I'm thinking when I heard the news, which is you got Republicans to train so much fire on you as far as political fire.
Did they?
$6 million, $7 million, $8 million to try to take you, just one person out because it was so more, $10 million.
So, Joe's going to say that he was a sacrificial lamb.
If they hadn't spent that money on you, they would have spent it on about 10 other candidates, and they probably would have had a much better night. So, actually, you helped your caucus in about 1 million different ways.
Well, that's generous.
Okay, I don't need to read the rest of it. All I have to say to Sean Patrick Maloney is, bye, 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 bye. Na, 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 na. You're no longer going to be in Congress. Go home and knit some socks because they hate you. Bye, bye, bye. I don't know why I said knit some socks, but anyway, that's hilarious. So, sorry, Sean Patrick Maloney, but you get an FTG too. Here we go. Can I cut and paste this time? FTG paste. There we go. Next, moving on. Now this one, I don't even know. Oh, this is interesting. So, Biden is basically tried to buy the young vote, right? By doing this student loan thing. And, because, people can't buy houses because they're paying on student loans. They can't, they can barely pay their bills because they're going to go out. They can't pay their student loans. Well, apparently NBC reported on what these millennials will be doing with all that extra money that they don't have to, that they're getting into student loan relief. So let's hear what they're going to do with the student loan relief.
Money Minute. Recipients of President Biden's student debt forgiveness plan could see their monthly payments drop up to $300 a month in the coming weeks. But get this, 73% say they actually plan to spend that extra cash on travel and dining out.
And joining us now is CNBC Text Check co-anchor.
Wait. You mean they're not going to buy houses? They're just going to use it to travel and go eat out more instead of paying their debts? I thought you usually do that after you pay their debts. I'm just curious.
Bosa, so Deirdre, why are people more inclined to spend the money they're saving on non-essentials instead of paying off their bills?
Non-essentials, not paying their bills.
Well, that could be according to one survey, but it could be easy as well for some people to enjoy traveling and eating out rather than worrying about the future. One financial coach tells CNBC.com that you should not use the loan forgiveness only for long-term goals. Your short-term self may get frustrated and give up on planning ahead altogether. So instead, they say make sure your regular bills are paid, check in on your goals, and try to achieve a balance that also lets you invest in your future self.
Well, thank God they're going to be able to travel more and eat out. That'll help the economy, right? Yeah, because, that money they're printing to pay off the banks. And remember, those banks, it's not like they're not paying those banks that actually loaned the money. They're still going to give those banks that money back. They're just going to print some more and put it in the banks. And then there'll be more money in the money, the money tree, and the money tree grows and the money printers go brr. And when you flood the market with extra money, it's just like your own personal Inflation Reduction Act. It always works that way, while these people who are getting relief, instead of paying their debts, are going to just go ahead and travel more and go out to eat for maybe have a really nice meal at TGI Fridays or something, an extra 2 or 3 times a week. That's perfect. Okay, great reporting there, and the smiles that these two had when they were reporting it was just precious. All right, anyway, that's just an FTG to Joe Biden, by the way. And then this is good too. AOC is fretting about her safety again, and because of Paul Pelosi, and why she's going to tell you why Paul Pelosi was attacked.
About Nancy Pelosi and her husband, because I feel like there's just not a lot of sympathy there for something like that should have never happened. But
I feel like this is just to start this. I feel like she has some positivity water, alkaline water. I wonder how much she paid for that big ass bottle of positivity alkaline. Also, what is this in the background here? Do you see this? Do you see my cursor? What is that? Anybody? Explain to me what Angela Yee has in the background here. Is that like a booty pillow with a thong on it? Am I imagining things? All right. Anyway, what's she saying here?
That's alarming to me also.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing is that it goes beyond.
By the way, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she almost died on January 6th. So we need to be very, very gentle and sympathetic towards the words she has to say here.
Sympathy, right? I mean, first and foremost, it's horrifying what happened to her.
It is.
What happened to her husband.
Wait, whoa. What? Wait. Horrifying what happened to her. What happened to her husband? Because she wasn't even in town. But again, AOC almost died on January 6th, so we have to listen. Okay. But I'm not understanding.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the thing is that it goes beyond sympathy, right? I mean, first and foremost, it's horrifying what happened to her and what happened to her husband.
I don't know what happened to her.
And their family.
And their family. And their family, too. What part of her family? I don't know.
Being discussed. A lot of it, when it is being discussed, it's like, oh, look at this terrible thing that happened to this woman and her family. There was an attempted assassination for the person third in line for the presidency of the United States of America. Was politically motivated, and was radicalized by Fox News and by right-wing.
Wait, whoa. What? It was radicalized by Fox. How does she know that? They haven't had it. Okay, I don't understand. She might have been the third person in the house. No, she was in Washington at the time. Good morning, by the way, Jamie. Nice to see you. Also, Pissed Off Shih Tzu. Welcome. She wasn't even there. She was in Washington. And did she? Well, now remember, AOC almost died on January 6th because she was in a building, 300 yards away from where the stuff was going on, and she was hiding in her bathroom, and the police guy came in, and she thought she was going to die. She almost died. She almost died. And so, yes, Nancy Pelosi, whatever happened to her from Washington to San Francisco to her husband, that happened to Nancy Pelosi too. So anyway.
Circles. There is a major media outlet. There is a major news channel that is fueling political violence in this country, and we're acting like it's normal.
It's
now not normal.
Whoa. So the network known as Fox is fueling political violence all over the country. Where? Even let's say if this guy in the commune, nudist fetishist or whatever, and the Black Lives Matter flags and the gay pride flags, and sometimes sleeps in a bus in the yard of the place where he lives, and typical Berkeley MAGA hat wearing right-wing Trump supporter did this to Paul Pelosi. He, by osmosis and telepathy, almost killed Nancy Pelosi. It was an assassination attempt on Nancy Pelosi because, we've gotten all the facts from this case. And the fact that he, in the place in Berkeley where he lives, everyone in the house, they were glued to Fox News 24/7, and especially Tucker Carlson, because, Tucker Carlson is the worst of the worst. I'm sure that was one of the most popular channels on the cable networks in San Francisco. And that's how this guy was radicalized. And by the way, I think it was Laura Ingraham who told him, see, in the background of Laura Ingram's show, in the music, they hide it in the music, but there's this overriding phrase, and it goes like this. Here, I'll play some music. And I don't mean to play the sexy time music, but I'm going to play it because that's the only music I have on my soundboard. Kill. Get your hammer and kill all Democrats. Kill. Okay, so that's in the background of the background music of Nancy Pelosi. So there you go. All right, let's see what else she has to say, because she's kind of dumb.
110%. One of the largest sources of death threats that I get is Tucker Carlson.
Wow.
Wait, 110% of the death threats I get is Tucker Carlson? Do they have any recordings? Because I think Tucker's voice is pretty distinct. And she's saying that Tucker Carlson is Tucker Carlson is 110% of the death threats. She did say that, didn't she? 110% of the death. Not even 100%. 110% of the death threats are Tucker Carlson. So he's working overtime sending death threats to AOC.
Not normal. Like, I can tell you 110% one of the largest death threats.
Not 110%. That one of the largest. Okay, not 110%, but anyway.
Yet is Tucker Carlson.
Wow.
Every time that dude puts my name in his mouth, the next day, I mean, this is like what stochastic terrorism.
You know what's weird?
It's like this indirect. It's like when you use a very.
You know what's weird? I've never seen any of these death threats posted. I've seen some insults that she's posted, but nothing that was a death threat. Now, you'd think if this is a constant thing, at some point in her political career, she would be posting these online saying, hey, here's an example of the death threat I get from Tucker Carlson every time he mentions my name. But it's weird. And now she's going to use this term stochastic terrorism as if, some of you fuckers calling all Trump supporters Nazis and white supremacists doesn't cause anyone to perpetrate violence on anyone on the right either. That's like, you guys spend a lot of time demonizing people on the right, and there's certainly some dead bodies to show for it in certain states and counties and cities, like the guy in North Dakota and whatever, and the guy who shot up the ball game and all that stuff. So your little stochastic terrorism, which is a new term they've decided to drag out all the time, it's just your way of trying to say, well, we should shut them down because they're dangerous anyway.
Large platform to turn up the temperature and target an individual until something happens.
Really? Because do you ever demonize anybody?
Indirect. You say, "Oh, I had nothing to do with that."
Right. He had nothing to do with it.
Carlson, God forbid anything happens.
Because there was never anyone who tried to break into Tucker Carlson's house ever. By the way, it's never happened. No one's ever threatened Tucker Carlson. No one's ever sent death threats to Tucker Carlson. In fact, the whole world is so scared of Tucker Carlson because of his terrorism that they don't bother him at all. They think, he can just go eat in a restaurant and no one ever shouts at him. No one ever throws beer cans at senators either, because that would be awful if anyone did that, and no one causes violence in any way if they're on the left. It's just the right people who are, sending you're a poopy head to AOC. And if you call her a poopy head, that is a death threat, because, sometimes poopy has, what's that, E. coli and stuff, and that could kill you. So I'm sure that's very dangerous of people to do.
He plays a massive role in political violence.
Yes,
it comes on his door.
Every damn day there is a new example of political violence that was caused by Tucker Carlson in particular. Specifically, I mean, it was, all the Tucker Carlson people who watch it go out there and beat the crap out of their mayors and shit every day. And I can't believe that they haven't figured this out yet, because you would think that there would be a correlation. They'd be saying, oh yeah, that TV was on the Tucker Carlson. Cable companies have that data, that every time someone's watched Tucker Carlson, all of a sudden there's people getting beat up and shot and knifed and all that shit. There is a direct correlation. And then someone calls AOC a poopy head, and again, E. coli. That's really, really bad. So anyway, I don't want to listen to her anymore. You can watch the rest of that yourself, because I just realized I'm out of time, but I'm going to finish up a couple more of these. So anyway, British Airways will allow male pilots to wear makeup and carry handbags in an overhaul of the airliner's strict uniform rules. You can read that one yourself. Yes, I said what it says. They will allow male pilots to wear makeup and carry handbags. This is their gender neutral, their gender neutral attire policy. Just saying. Woo. Let's see. Oh, there's a couple great threads. I'm not going to have time. I'm not going to do these. This is just one, though. One of the quiet stories under the hood is that Republicans are looking like they win the popular vote. So, which is this, I don't care about this. This is one of those things that I see going around and at Real Clear Politics, or no, I think it was CNN actually had a ticker at the bottom. If people are voting more for Republicans or Democrats this year, and even in the wake of not being the red wave that we thought it would be, more people have voted for Republicans this year than Democrats on a whole. You know how much that's worth? Ain't worth shit. Nobody cares. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't mean anything. Maybe. Well, it has a kind of a, it's a moral victory, I guess. But, you know, that's like saying, well, yes, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote in 2016. Yeah, that's not how we determine elections in the United States. Don't care. Don't care who won the popular vote. It only matters in which democracy you are voting, that popular vote matters. And the only democracies we have as far as national elections are in the local races. So there you go. It doesn't matter. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, here's one. Oh, wait a minute. We finally have a sponsor today. And I don't push this enough. Hey, Willie, nice to see you. Black Hebrew Israelite, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with a deuce in the tip jar. Black Hebrew Israelite likes to drop a deuce in the tip jar every once in a while, and I appreciate that. It said this show should be titled, Why Women Are So Bad with Money. They can't plan for the future, I'm guessing because their feeling today are more important than family finances. Yes, that's right.
That's right.
When this shit show collapses, they will be sex slaves for warlords and strongmen.
That's right.
Thank you, Black Hebrew Israelite. Okay, here's something that might, well, I don't know where this came from, but this might happen. Andrew Tate and who's this dude? One of the brothers, the stupid dudes that fight for internet fights for money. What's his name? I can't think of the dude's name. What's his name? Someone will type it in here. He's anyway. Here's something interesting. If Jake Paul. Here's something interesting about if this fight happens though, because Jake Paul's been basically fighting guys in their 50s and people who are amateurs or whatever. Andrew Tate probably is closer to being in a fighting shape and as much more, probably much more closer to still being near his prime than anyone else Jake Paul's ever fought. But again, these fights are kind of stupid anyway. But I want to see Jake Paul fight an actual fighter that is in current time form that actually boxes, because, you know, even his fight with the dude from MMA that's like 50 years old, that guy was never a boxer or a striker type fighter. He was mostly, I mean, he did kick the shit out of people sometimes with kicks and boxing and ground game. But I want to see an actual boxer. I want Jake Paul to fight an actual boxer. Even if it's someone coming up through the amateur ranks, I don't care. A boxer. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. And then just to finish it out, let's see. There's in the Oath Keepers trial. Apparently, one of the there's a couple of accompanying articles. I don't have time to go through them. Everyone fixated on the election. The New York Times reported on the existence of high-level Oath Keeper who actually was an FBI informant months before January 6th. So the FBI, and you can read the articles there here in the tabs. One of the so-called, I guess, like vice president type statuses of the Oath Keeper was an FBI informant. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just a shock? That's just a shock. And so Julie Kelly, who's been on these trials big time, is noting some key elements that are similar to the FBI plot to assassinate Gretchen Whitler. You can't make this shit up. And now in fact, the prosecution did not call this person to testify. So this guy's going to testify for the defense. This guy was a what do you call it? He was a FBI informant who's like So is it a shocker that there are glowies? Yes, a glowy. Is it a shocker that there are glowies in the Oath Keepers? Not at all. Kingslayer Damocles, welcome back, sir. Just remember, Anderson Silva, less than a year ago, beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a boxing match. But Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., isn't he which is Julio Cesar Chavez's kid, obviously, but was he what didn't have the record his dad had, though, did he? And I think he was older, too. Jake's gone 50-0, 1 point at a time. Yeah, pretty much. I can't remember. Anyway, nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you here for a while. And GDSOB's in the house, too. Nice to see you. Let me finish up here now. Okay, we already did the view one, so I'm not gonna play that out twice. And then there's a great thread here, but I'm gonna leave this one in the tabs, and we'll come back to that later. And I think, what was this? Oh, that's just some stuff that I had open. All right, we're gonna call it a day, gang. Thank you so much for being here at the Morning Night Live. As you know, I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. Before you touch anything, though, don't click away unless you've clicked a like button somewhere. Click one on YouTube and click one on Rumble. Oh, lots of people watching Rumble. 16 people watching Rumble. I love it. So, yeah, just make sure you're subscribed on both platforms in case anything happens to me on one of those platforms. Can't imagine which one I'm talking about. And if you haven't hit the like button, do it right now. If you're watching a replay, put a comment in the comment section. If you'd share the stream, that'd be great. And you can do that before the stream. You can do it during the stream. You can do that after the stream. It helps no matter when you do it. Hello, Reaction Puerto Rico. I will check my DMs. Thank you. And if you want to sponsor the show, pdognight.live, 24 hours a day. You can sponsor the show there. You can do it through PayPal or just a credit card. It works better for me if you do it through credit cards and not PayPal. You get the same information, but I don't get any information. I might get your name, but I don't get. I get names when you do it with PayPal too. And I don't disclose anyone's names. I don't care about that. I don't really pay attention to it. But it works better for me if you do it by credit card. But that's fine. However you want to do it, I appreciate whatever you do. Or YouTube Super Chats or Venmo, Cash App. All that information is in the description down below. Where is Ray Epps? That's a great question. Still no one really wants to answer that. Anyway, on that note, thank you again. I got to go. Thanks for your continued support. And again, sharing the stream is caring. My name is P Dog Night. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Night, and I'm out of here.